Hey, what's up guys? Today we're looking at diminished chords, what they are and how we can use them in our playing and our chord progressions. Of course, this stuff doesn't just apply to R&B, but you might consider these when writing R&B songs. The word diminish means to shrink, to make smaller, and the same applies in music. We get a diminished chord from taking our major chord and shrinking it, bringing the notes closer together. Here I'm playing a regular C major chord, built from the 1, 3, and 5 notes of the C major scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 3, 5. To create a C diminished chord, all we have to do is flatten the third 1 semitone and flatten the fifth 1 semitone. So all we're doing is moving each note 1 semitone to the left. And that is our C diminished chord. Notice that the notes are now closer together in comparison to our C major chord. Let's take a look at one more chord, A major, and apply the same methodology. So we have our 1, 3, and 5, A, C sharp, and E. And we're going to flatten the C sharp, the third, to a C, and flatten our fifth, E, to an E flat. A diminished. Super simple stuff. An easier way to look at it though is by looking at the intervals, the distance between the notes. Each note has 3 semitones between. Minor third intervals. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So now that we've got that, we can now move on to the chord I actually want to show you for this tutorial, the diminished 7 chord, which again is super simple as the same rules apply. We can stack a 4th note on top by using the same minor third interval. So 3 semitones, 1, 2, 3. So this gives us our C diminished 7 chord. Let's do the same for our A diminished. Now let's count up 3 semitones, 1, 2, 3, and here we have our A diminished 7. So now you know what a diminished chord is and how to build it. Let's take a brief moment to look at how we can actually use it in a chord progression. So it's often used as a passing chord, as it creates a sense of lift and tension, and I like to use it in transition to a minor chord. So for example, if I'm playing an F major 7 and I want to get to an A minor 7, I can pop in a G sharp diminished 7 chord in between them. But why G sharp diminished? Well, I'm building my chord around the semitone below A, G sharp, and using it as a leading note. This is something you often do in R&B and gospel, of course. It creates that tension and release once you resolve. The F major, however, is irrelevant. I can play any chord first, but use this diminished chord as a mode of transit to my minor chord. So I could play a G, G sharp diminished 7, A minor 7, or C, G sharp diminished 7, A minor 7, or D, G sharp diminished 7, A minor 7. We're just using this chord as a mode of transit to our A minor 7, no matter what station we're coming from. But let's venture out to another minor chord. Let's play A minor 7, C sharp diminished 7, D minor 7. And we're doing the exact same thing here using our C sharp, the note which is a semitone above our D, as our leading note to arrive at our D minor 7. And we're building our diminished chord around that. However, this would actually sound better if we inverted it. So let's take the G and the A sharp, the 2 top notes, and move them 1 octave below, which in fact gives us a G diminished 7 for those eagle-eyed amongst us, But let's just say some interesting stuff happen when you start inverting diminished 7 chords. But we won't get into that today, as I don't want to create too much confusion. However, if we play our C sharp in the bass, you can still call this a C sharp diminished 7. So we have A, C sharp diminished 7, D minor 7. And that is it. So this is one of the ways we can use diminished chords when writing chord progressions as passing chords that create a bit of tension and release. Music scholars amongst us, what are some of the other ways we can use diminished chords? Feel free to share with us down in the comment section below and share your knowledge. Thanks guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe for next week's music theory video where we're going to continue on this subject, and I'll give you another chord that you can use as a passing chord to add into your chord progressions. I've been Stefan, and as always, happy beat making.